Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're an idiot. To the latest episode of Improv Gaming. On this episode, we are talking about subscription services. And not just any kind of subscription services. We're talking about gaming subscription game services.
Else.
No. I'm not talking about what you subscribe to that comes on the credit card bill as XXX. No, sir, I'm not.
State of the Union, great movie.
Yeah. I'm sure you're subscribing to that movie. No, we are talking about gaming subscription services. So, remind me, there are 4 different services at the moment. Right?
PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo
in a weird kind of way,
and EA
and EA Origin. Now, technically speaking, there's probably more than that, right? Yeah. So we've got,
but those are the major
EA
ones.
Origin Access or Origin, whatever you want to call it. We've got Microsoft Game Pass. We've got PlayStation Now, and whatever Nintendo's going to call their future thing that they're doing, which is, I mean, right now it's like the
Nintendo Platinum Crowns.
Right now, Nintendo is calling it no, the eShop right now, right? Right now, it's called the eShop, but in the future, when they actually unveil a subscription service or a pay service, it's going to be called something different. So, my question to you, gentlemen, is which one do you think is better, based off of what we know? Now, neither of us, and by neither I mean all 3 of us, have not played any of these services. So we're just basing them on the merits.
I've been playing around with the Xbox Pass, and I do enjoy the library. Let me tell you, because it gives you great amounts of gaming services.
Do you know how his Xbox is plugged in?
Yeah.
The back of it plugs in my PlayStation. And it's still sitting there.
Yeah. You're so full of...
That's how much he uses
Xbox. There's more dust on your Xbox than there is on the entire planet. And you're going to tell me that you're playing Game Pass.
You know why? Because it's a coffee holder.
Yeah. Your coffee holder isn't playing a goddamn thing.
So
right?
As I continue
and by Game Pass, you mean you pass on gaming on that system.
Yep. Which I don't blame you. But anyway.
No, so actually the one benefit or... the one difference between what Xbox does and everybody else, and I don't know, EA Origin, you would have to tell me because I'm not too familiar with that. But the one thing that I can tell from my brief research, and by brief I mean I looked it up 5 minutes before we filmed Tuesday's show, was that Game Pass, you actually download the content to your console and you can play it for as long as you're subscribed to the subscription service. Now, I was going to say...
like the PlayStation Plus, pretty much.
Which is like PlayStation Plus, the free game, but it's not the same thing as PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now, you stream it off of a server. But it's... To me, I was going to say the one has a benefit and one doesn't, but to me, they both have pros and cons.
Yeah, of course.
You know, huge pros and cons, right? Take up hard drive space or stream on a service that might be iffy.
Yeah, that might not be
as fast paced, especially if you're playing like something like Call of Duty. Like you want everything to be 60 frames per second for whatever ungodly reason that you want that to be a thing. But you want that smoothness, and if you're getting that choppiness off of a streaming service, then you just can't play it. So let me know, gentlemen, what do you think? I mean, PlayStation Now, $99.99 for a year, $9.99 a month. Game Pass is
$9.99 for a month.
$9.99 for a month.
Origins is $4.99 a month and $27 for the year, which is
Origins is $4.99 a month, $27 for the year.
But no for the year.
No info on Nintendo right now.
But no year. It's just a month right now for Xbox Pass.
So basically, it's the same price as PlayStation Now, essentially.
Well, $20 more. If it's $9.99 a month, there's 12 months in a year. $120. Okay.
$18.99 more. I mean, if you want to get into math.
Yes, we could pull out the no, I have to say that I think the Game Pass is better.
Okay.
By a smidgen. Just because you can download, that's a big thing, I think. Because streaming, there could be problems, and there's a lot of problems. Like, if your internet goes, then you can't stream it.
Okay.
What happens if you have... I'm just saying elaborately until Nick throws down his gauntlet. But say you're streaming and you lose internet or something happens, you lost that. If you can download it from the Game Pass, it's like, oh, I just got Halo 5, which came out last year.
Okay.
And it's already on the Game Pass, which is a great turnaround. And you can play it for $10 and then be done with it, basically, and say, okay, what's next? Oh, I can play these Gears of Wars. But you have this where once you download it, you can. And if you have a problem, it's like, hey, I could still play the game. It's downloaded. And I think that honestly, the Game Pass has a nice library especially since it's starting out. It has Gears of War. It has.
I mean, it's only going to get as good as Xbox's library.
Yeah, of course.
So really, the potential is far worse than PlayStation.
There's no doubt that PlayStation has the better exclusives and all around. Like you have, for Xbox, you have Halo, you have Gears of War, and you had Fable.
I'm saying. Let's say. All right, I'm going to spend $9.99 a month on something, and I'm going to constantly spend $9.99 a month on this one thing. The bang for my buck in the future is probably going to be PlayStation, because the library is, regardless of where their libraries stand now, the library on the PlayStation is probably going to be phenomenally better.
Well, yeah, because it also helps because in last gen, 360 dominated. It wasn't until at the end of the cycle where PlayStation 3 was catching up because PlayStation was very expensive. So now to be able to go back and play all these PlayStation 3 games, phenomenal. You know, so in that regard, I think that helps PlayStation a lot. It's like, hey, if you weren't with us for PlayStation 3, that's cool. You're an Xbox kid. But you know what? You join us on PlayStation now. You can play, the original intended Last of Us. You can play the old, before there was the collection of Uncharted. You can play the Uncharted. You can play, Ratchet and Clank Future, Crack in Time, Destruction. Like all these great games, Heavy Rain. You can play all this right now on PlayStation Now when you couldn't originally play, So I think everything has pros and cons with these subscription services.
I just don't agree with you on that downloading to your console. Like
see, I already
have a hard time fucking managing the space on my console.
Yeah.
So unless you have like fucking a petabyte of a petabyte fucking drive lying around that you're not using, which I doubt anybody has.
I have an internal drive that puts everything on my.
All right. Do you know what a petabyte is?
Yes.
It's like it's a pedophile.
It's like a frisky pedophile. No, it's a massive storage container. Massive. Like 500 gigabytes is laughable to a petabyte. All right. So unless you have that kind of data storage, then it makes no sense to download all this stuff. I think the way that network communication is going, and I'm using that term very vaguely, but I think the way that internet service providers are going, I was just called up to offer me a higher standard of internet than I already have, and I already have the highest one that I had 3 years ago. So the way that that's going in 3 years, I'm probably going to be able to stream a video game off of the web, and I'm talking about today, without any interruption.
Yeah.
Provided that I can spend the money on the service, the internet service provider side. So why would I want to keep this stuff on my computer or on my PlayStation when I could just, hey, you have servers that are running this? Let me just access your stuff and just stream it to my. I'm already doing it with movies. I'm already doing it with, music. I'm already doing it with music to my phone. I'm already doing it with videos to my phone, movies to my phone, movies to my fucking PlayStation Vita. I'm sure soon enough I'll get a movie to my Switch. I'm sure that's gonna be a thing eventually. So what's the point of me just having all this install space just sitting around? I might as well just have no hard drive and let this shit run through the streaming services. I feel like if this is done correctly, this is going to be the way. Digital downloads aren't going to be the way that we kill GameStop. I think it's going to be the streaming service that kills GameStop. Because now I'm paying $9.99 a month, the same that I would pay for Netflix, and I have the entire library of what GameStop has available on their store, and I can play them whenever I want. I don't have to buy a single title, and I can just play. Like I want to play Gears of War today. I'm not going to play Gears of War. I want to play this today. or I'm using Gears of War, but that's obviously not. But a PlayStation. I want to play Last of Us.
I want
today.
to play Ratchet.
Yeah, I want to play Ratchet.
Uncharted.
You know, I don't even want to play the whole thing. I just want to see what everybody's talking about, right? Like if I had subscribed to PlayStation Now, I probably wouldn't have bought Witcher 3. I probably would have just played it for a little bit, and oh my god, this is not what I was expecting. This is not as fantastic as everybody said it was.
Fantastic.
This is not as amazing as I was promised in 2015. I'm moving on. But now I spent $29 on something I could have spent I could have spent a fraction of $9.99, right? One day out of 30. So you take $9.99 divided by 30, that's how much I could have spent on it. I think a streaming service is I feel personally that a streaming service is better, and internet is much more reliable now than when we would get Google that cut out on us or AOL that used to cut out on us.
Back to your point, think about what's big now, Twitch.
Yeah.
So now you're giving the Twitch streamers everything. Anything they could want to do. Hey guys, let's play this today.
Yeah.
And they could access any of that.
See, but the disagreement I would have with that is that Twitch streamers are famous because they stick to one title.
Not always.
Not always?
Not nowadays.
Okay.
I mean, maybe this is Twitch selling out. It could be. But I feel like a lot of people recently with all their things are all, partnered and affiliated now.
Okay.
All they care about is who's watching you. So you grow a fan base, whether you're playing South Park, you're playing Pokemon. As long as your fan base, all they ask of you is to have average 3 followers watching your stream and stream for X amount of hours per week. That's all I ask of you. So whether you're playing, you could sit there and play all the big titles, and people will come in just because there's.
I always felt like Twitchers were like
Twitchers.
Yeah, Twitchers. Because it's YouTubers. Why wouldn't it be Twitchers? I don't I don't understand why it wouldn't. But Twitchers always as a person playing or as a person that has a massive following on Twitch, it's because I've always focused on this one game. Like League of Legends. I've always played League of Legends, and that's why I have my following. Is because if I play Mass Effect Andromeda, the people that love League of Legends are gonna fucking
Well,
crucify
I feel like that's
me.
how you originally
that's
got your fan base.
Okay.
Hey, I played this game. I got 20 loyal followers. So you get those 20 loyal followers, and you move on to something else. Now you gain 3 followers, and it's just
I gotcha.
Just a cycle of.
I think like Dota and Hearthstone and these big ass games that are massively that's your game. But for somebody who plays like Call of Duty, it's like, hey, I'm going to check out now Titanfall.
Okay.
Hey, I want to check out Battlefield. It's more of, hey, I like this guy for playing shooters. It could just be that they're popular first-person shooters. Right. So it's like, I'm going to follow this guy because he plays shooters.
So that does make it very convenient because you've got a person that's playing first-person shooters, and now he has access to all the first-person shooters.
Yep,
I gotcha. All right.
You can play Killzone and then Resistance and just go. Like he said, on Twitch, you'd be like, all right, guys, on Tuesday when I go streaming at 6 p.m., I'm going to play Resistance. If you're not a fan of that, tomorrow I'm playing Killzone at 6.
Now this is a fundamental question, or I guess fundamental. I don't know. A resource question. Can you stream in and out at the same time on the PlayStation 4?
Would have to think so. I'm not.
Right?
I'm not.
Like I've never. I'm just thinking about it right
for
now.
Us, we've never really tried
Wait,
it.
what do you mean?
Because you're streaming now in, right? PlayStation Now is coming in. It's incoming data, right? But when you stream to Twitch, you're sending outgoing.
But think about it with OBS
so
so maybe. I mean,
so to Joe's point, would it actually help Twitchers? Because
a lot of them are running it off of not everybody.
They're running off of PCs and stuff.
They're running
it
off the PC, so I don't think.
So maybe the EA access might work for them, right? Or stream.
See, which would be a great service. The problem is it's very only limited to EA.
Yeah.
And that's their only downfall, but that's why they're cheaper.
They're $4.99 is because they don't have the kind of library that
but
PlayStation
they still
have.
They still have Titanfall.
Yeah.
They have Star Wars.
They have some big
they have
things
their
over there. Yeah, that they
get their subscribers.
Yeah, you've still got the Mass Effect trilogy. You will have Anthem. You'll have all those other titles on there. So, are you seeing anything there that says
using the built-in broadcasting doesn't work because PlayStation Now games
Well, that's what I mean. It's the built-in
come
broadcasting.
up as block screens in the share menu.
All right, so you might
So
have
you're
to use
not,
like an
not
Elgato.
allowed streaming, but you'll need a capture card.
So like Elgato,
but
that's a
what-
capture
so
card.
Think about the people who are bigger streamers now. They all have that.
Yeah, everybody that's a big streamer. If you don't have like a capture card, then there's no reason for you to be.
That's like the thing with PlayStation 4. You can't stream and then be like, I want to play Friday the 13th. Get out. You have to stop your broadcast to go
restart
into
it.
another game.
But if
Unless you have an
OBS and all
Elgato or
that,
something.
Yeah, then you
It's
just go, you
seamless.
transition right into it. That's exactly. So you could change games through that. So.
All right, interesting.
Does that cover you, Nick?
Yeah, that covers me. I don't know.
So that we've uncovered something now. When everybody starts getting PlayStation Now memberships, you're welcome. We would like some royalty to that.
Yeah. Sony, you're welcome for the advertisement. No, but I get your point too, right? Like I would rather have the data on, and this is like the part that I'm struggling with, right? If the data's on here, then I never have to be interrupted. But if it's over there, then I never have to use up the space that I have. I can use the space that I have for other things that are more important to me. Gaming is one aspect of my life, right? It's a big aspect of my life, but it's only one aspect of my life. I like to use my storage space for other things,
Like porn.
Mostly, yes.
You got the real thing now.
Yeah, well, variety is the spice of life, Pete.
That's a good way to end it.
If you like what you saw, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. As always, I'm joined by the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering, with the Kango cap in tow, even though we wish it was Fedora. I'm going to keep on reminding you, sir. It's Mr. Peter Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
As I live and breathe.
As he lives and breathes.
I'm always joined with my host with the toast.
I don't know what that means.
He only has the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
It's Mr. Nick.
How's it going tonight, ladies and gentlemen? And we are joined here this week by our recurring guest. This is like the 37th time he's been on the show.
I think he has.
With the table and everything.
With the table and everything. It's Mr. Joe Rush, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
But we do have some new guests coming in the near future. We have a big Animal Crossing Nintendo girl that's coming on the show in about August. Very excited to have her on. We also have a big massively multiplayer coming on the show. He's coming very shortly.
Oh, yeah?
And we also have another special guest that I've said I wanted you on the show.
It's
you
not
know who
even
you
Dan.
are.
Are you talking about the dopest?
No.
Oh, okay.
3 people you've never met. But his name is Dan.
Oh, well, then it is you, Dan.
So three new guests coming very soon.
Sounds
And then
good.
maybe something else.
Sounds good.
The patent pending.
Okay.
Pen.
As always, ladies and gentlemen,
Have
game
your
on.
pets nude and